What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. So if you haven't seen it before, very quick rundown of how this thing works. 100 characters get put into a tournament. Each day on the channel, I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then I'll discuss the characters, maybe go over facts, try to come up with a small bit of a moveset pool for them, how the character could potentially work in Smash Bros, and then we'll vote down in the comments. But since voting is a part of the rules, I'm just going to throw up all the rules on screen for you guys right now. And you can see the first one, and yes, that is a rule, remember that, because we do have characters that are assist trophies, me costumes, spirits, and characters that are disconfirmed, and, you know, they'll never ever happen. So Rule 1 is a rule because it just needs to be. Like, think of it this way. This is no restrictions. If Nintendo came straight to you and said, alright, you could put any single character you want in Smash Bros. That's how this tournament is working. So if you wanted to put a assist trophy as a playable character, you could vote for him. You want to put a spirit as a playable character in Smash Bros. You could do that. It's fine. There's no restrictions. So yeah. That's the first rule. Another rule, though, you only get one vote per person. How do you vote? Simple. Down in the comments, you simply type the name of one of the two characters that you're voting for the day. You are allowed to vote for both if you happen to really like both the characters in the matchup, or if you just can't decide on who to vote for, you can just drop a vote, just say both. Very simple. Easy stuff there. Rest of the rules, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. Once we get to the results, to determine the winner and loser, if there's a tie, wink wink, in the matchup, we're going to flip a coin on camera. Fairest way to break a tie. Be honest, it's the fairest way to do it. And then each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts for 1 week. So as an example, today's Wednesday, meaning we'll get the results of today's matchup next Wednesday. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. Anyway, let's get to the results and the new matchup for the day. Wink, wink, indeed. Oh, I should have winked. What was I thinking? Whatever. Too late. Can't do it now. I could edit it. Never mind. There was a tie. So the matchup last week was Agumon from the Digimon series taking on Edelgard from Fire Emblem Three Houses. They tied in voting, so I'll show you the ties real quick. Both 36 votes apiece. I counted a couple times just to double check. 36 votes apiece. So, as per the rules, we're going to flip a coin. So we go over to random.org and we'll flip a coin. Gonna just flip it one time because that's all we need. So there's the button that says flip again. I'm going to click it one time. We'll obviously see something that will change. So Agumon, I'm going to make this clear. Agumon is heads, Edelgard tails. Whatever result happens, that character gets one more vote and ultimately wins this matchup. So again, Agumon is heads, Edelgard is tails. Simple. Ready? Do a countdown. I guess I'll do it fine. Okay. 3, 2, 1, flip. There you go. Timestamp changed. You could play back. The timestamp is right there. It did change. Heads. Agumon ends up winning this one by a tiebreaker flip. Flip off? Tiebreaker flip. That sounds weird. So Agumon ends up getting one more vote, and Agumon is now the winner of that matchup. It's the first time in this tournament. We've had it in every tournament, so it's not like it's something brand new. It does happen. Case in point today. So congrats, Agumon. Got lucky with the coin flip today. Agumon wins. Edelgard's still in the tournament. Just drops to the loser bracket. She's still in it. Still has a chance, but we'll see what happens moving forward. So let's just move to the matchup for the day. Now, where's the matchup? Hello? There we go. Today's matchup, a case of two first-party characters. And you could potentially, and not necessarily, but you could say they could both be Ekko Fighters of characters that are already on the roster. We'll discuss. So, it is Medusa from the Kid Icarus series. And her opponent for today happens to be Ninten from the Earthbound Mother series. So, let's jump into it. Who's up first? Medusa, right? Yeah. Medusa, alright. Easy comparison for Medusa. She could be an Ekko Fighter of Palutena. Although Medusa does offer quite a bit. If you know anything about the history of Kid Icarus, or a little bit about at least the character from the series, you'll know that, yes, she works at... Sorry. You'll know that she could work as an Ekko Fighter, but you should also know that she's got a lot of different moves at her disposal she can use for potential movesets. So that's what I want to try to talk about that real quick. So big point though, I always point this out. I would love to see an actual named villain, not an enemy like Piranha Plant. I want to see a named villain added to Smash Bros. For DLC. Medusa, she fits that perfect. She's a villain, awesome. Why not, right? So Medusa Moveset. Here's a little mock-up I found, and I'll try to explain it a little bit. So the way that I kind of a couple of these are actually kind of how I would picture Medusa working as well. So we all know Medusa. You know, don't look at her, you turn to stone. I thought that'd be perfect for a neutral special, and I think that's what this neutral be. I can't quite tell, but it's very, very, very simple. Think of Mewtwo's down special, right? You hit them with the whatever it is, and they get dazed for a little bit. I think you could do the exact same thing for Medusa. Hit B, hit your neutral attack, and your opponent will turn to stone for a couple seconds. It's essentially Mewtwo's down B attack. Same thing. Mewtwo just has him dazed. In a sense, Medusa would have her opponent dazed as well. It would be a very short range, so you're not going to be able to like fire it like 50 feet across the stage. No, it's going to have pretty much the same range, maybe a tiny bit smaller than Mewtwo's attack. So good comparison for that. And plus, it just fits the character. You know, look at her. Oh, you turned to stone. Okay, yeah. So you got that. Another thing, I honestly can't tell. I think that's one of the snakes, but I'm not sure. But anyway, somewhere in the moveset, you have to, like, the snakes in her hair. If you don't know the game, she actually uses those snakes as an actual attack in one of the boss fights. I think from the original game, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was even in Uprising, I could be wrong. But uses the snakes. So basically, it could be like a side B, and you could end up like maybe one of the snakes in her hair just kind of like launch out like at a forward angle, upward, downward angle, something like that. And then they would kind of like jump up and down for a couple times, and that they could do additional damage. So it's a projectile basically. So the snake comes flying at you, and it could hit you, and then it will jump up and down because that's kind of how it worked in the game, if my memory's serving correctly, which I think it is. But you got it side special with the snakes in her hair. Got to make use of that. A couple other things. Up B, that's going to be simple. There's definitely, even if you make Palutena her own unique character, there's still going to be similarities in terms of potential moveset, and her up B, perfect for that. Like, you could just use like an underworld warp or something like that. Very similar, if not the exact same. Maybe different, like, kind of effect at how she like disappears and then reappears. Just think Palutena's up B, boom. Simple, just a darker version of that. Something like that, yeah. She does have the potential. She's got her staff. You could use that for, maybe a couple jab attacks, whatever it might be. She's got this laser thing, and I thought that'd be kind of interesting. Not sure how to, like, I don't know if it'd be like a floating projectile, like this laser thing that just kind of like floats out there for a bit. So it wouldn't have any knockback, but it would kind of help rack up damage. So it'd be kind of something, you start to go off on attacks. Or maybe you use this move first, and it's just like this floating thing of lasers, and it's just kind of like firing them off, and your opponent will obviously, the idea would be to kind of knock your opponent closer to the laser, and then try to do a couple simple combos, and the lasers obviously just add a bit more damage. So kind of something cool there for potential moveset. Again, not an entire moveset, but something to go on at least. But yeah, Kid Icarus, that did have the revival with Kid Icarus Uprising on the Nintendo 3DS. How long ago was that? Wow, that was a while ago. But anyway, it had a recent revival. Maybe it's something Nintendo will look at again to bring a new entry into the series for the Nintendo Switch potentially. Maybe Sakurai goes back to that. I think, though, if I remember, I was reading an article where they wanted to do another Kid Icarus game, but I don't think Sakurai wanted to do it. I think that was what I was reading. But anyway, maybe they do. And, she's always a big villain. She's always a big name with the Kid Icarus series. So, she, I don't know. At least hardcore Nintendo fans, I think they would recognize her. And just the Medusa name overall is kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of get what she is. So, it could work out. Unique fighter, or if you really wanted to go the Ekko Fighter route, it could still work with Palutena. But speaking of Ekko Fighters, though, one that just kind of screams Ekko Fighter in so many ways. Appearance-wise, but, you know, moveset-wise as well. Look. Ninten, Earthbound. Ninten, a cool thing that would happen if Ninten were to be a playable character is you'd round out the trio of the main protagonist of the Earthbound. So you have Ness, Lucas, and then we'd finally get Ninten, which would be kind of a cool little fact, right? You got all three of the main protagonists. That'd be nice. Yeah, just he'd play very similarly to Ness and Lucas style-wise, and it's like, all right, if Ekko Fighters were to somehow become a thing in Smash Ultimate DLC at some point, whether it's a free character, whether it's I don't know, whatever it might be, if Ekko Fighters became a thing, I think Ninten is definitely in the conversation. Like he's easy. It's and we all know Ekko Fighters, they take much less time to develop because it's not quite a simple copy paste for a character and stuff, but it's pretty much along the lines of that. You got a couple adjustments, you got taunts, you got like slight tweaks you could do. But again, let's not just focus on potential Ekko Fighter. Like he would have his own moveset pool. Like he'd be, I don't want to say Luigi-fied because that might be a little too far, but he would have a lot of similarities to Ness and Lucas. So like I get it. Ninten's always a character that kind of gets brought up, and I think a big point kind of against him for the unique fighter is that he really wouldn't bring a ton of uniqueness with him. He would just be looked at as another Ness Ekko, a Lucas clone, whatever you want to call it. That's how he would be looked at, I think, by the most of the community. They'll just be like, oh, this is just Ness 2.0, you know? I mean, look. I mean, look at the appearance. Ness and Ninten, yeah, they look very similar. And maybe casual people will get that confused because that's an argument. You know, casual people, they don't want to see like the same character because they'll be like, why is this character and this character in the game, but they're the same? It doesn't, like, you could get confused, sure, I guess, but whatever. I don't know. Ninten, though, like, I'll be honest, the best possible chance he would have is if Nintendo just goes, all right, we're going to put like some Ekko Fighters in the game for DLC, whether it was free or paid or whatever, like an Ekko Fighter pack. Here you get like 3 fighters for like $5 or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. I think a lot of people would be down with that. Maybe semi-Ekkos, change them up a slightly bit, make them a tiny bit more unique. Something like that would be kind of cool. But I'll be honest, I'm not expecting either one of these two characters. I don't think they really have much of a chance, but we still got to vote. And for me, the villain part is what kind of really gets me here. Medusa, she's got my vote in this one. Easy. I like Ninten. I like Ness and Lucas' playstyle. I really do. Let's see. Where's Lucas? 14, 15, 16, 17. Lucas is my 18th most played character. Yes, I arrange my amiibos by how much I play each character. I don't know. I'm like that for some reason. But, yeah. Anyway, I like the play style, but give me something a little bit different. So, Medusa, she's got it. Plus, the villain would be awesome as well. So, Medusa's got my vote. Let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comment section. And then, yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So, a little sneak peek for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the rest of the week, I really feel we're going to have a lot of banger matches. All right? And what I mean, well, tomorrow, I'll show you the rest of the rest of the matches for the week. Tomorrow's matchup, Ryu Hayabusa is taking on Tails from the Sonic series. That will be a good matchup, all right? Then Friday, Friday's going to be Bandana Waddle Dee against Crash Insane. Get it? Crash Insane, yeah. And then Saturday is Frisk from Undertale taking on Waluigi. I think we got some great matches for the rest of the week. But yeah, that's for tomorrow and the rest of the week. And then we'll get the results. Who's the results? This one was kind of a dud. It was Thanksgiving when you uploaded it. It's going to be low votes tomorrow. But it was the results of Chris Redfield, and he's taking on Mike Hager. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. That is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.